revival of the forgotten therapeutic knowledge of the ancient Greeks is now confirmed. Now let's remember that the culture of the ancient Greeks was spread by Alexander the Great even into Asia. This is one of the evidences. An ancient Greek theater in China, and it's in a very excellent condition, as you can see. And this is, it looks like it was constructed after the model of the Epidaurus ancient theater, just south of, about an hour's drive south of Corinth, in the Peloponnese of Greece. The ancient Greeks knew very well that the true nature of man is mental. In other words, the mind can control the body, and they knew how to use that. And in that essence, everything is vibrant energy. That is, has to do with vibrations, frequencies. Now, let's remember that they had a method of using all the senses. First, they had to go on a pilgrimage. They had to go to these therapeutic centers. Let's take, for example, Epidaurus and the theater there. It's at the side of a mountain. I've been there a few times. If you go to the top of the row, the last row of the theater, and you whisper, the person standing in the center of the stage down below can hear you, and then vice versa. The person on the stage whispering can be heard by the person on the last row of the theater. It was usually carved, constructed at the side of a hill. In other words, the acoustics would have been naturally ready-made, and that's how the construction took place. So they used theater, and every theater had a tragedy having to do with the social problems of the everyday people, and they, in that way, would be able to identify themselves with the heroes and heroines of the play and try and get that out, get those feelings out. And then it would be followed by comedy having to do with the same problems of these people. And they would be able to laugh at these problems. But in order to get the full extent of the therapeutic value, they would also fast, they would also confess, they would also bathe, they would listen to music, listen to art.
Thank you so much for your support.
And basically offer incense, the smell of the incense. And of course, all this was used in ways to heal the people that would go there. Now, they knew that the root cause of illness lies in mental energy, in balance, and that all illnesses primarily express mental disorders at the mental level and energy disorders at the frequency or vibrational level. And that is why, although they knew about drugs and surgeries, they used them only for temporary relief and symptomatic treatment. In the ancient sanatoriums, for example, Asclepius, as they were called, from the god of medicine Asclepius, the etiological and therefore radical treatment was done only through the mental and energy restoration. In the Asclepius, the treatment for the restoration of mental disorders on a mental psychic level was done through the method of consecration, and for the restoration of the disorders at an energy vibrational level was done through the application of thermal sounds and vibrations in the form of music, hymns, and speech. Music, as they say, soothes the savage beast. Now, let me I don't want to forget, I just want to comment that recently the medical technology has found that a very easy way to do away immediately with prostate cancer is through vibrations, laser frequencies, to kill the cancer cells in the, for example, prostate cancer of men. So you can understand how very, very significant this is. And also, another thing I want to tell you from one of my past readings, having to do with the vibrations of bells, especially the big, big bells, which have very, very deep sounds. Those vibrations can kill viruses in the air just by the frequency alone, vibrating the air. I mean, it even vibrates our whole body, if we've ever heard church bells. Unfortunately, there's a law in the United States saying no church bells are to be rung. I think some of them have been run for the election of, for example, Supreme Court justices. But these bells are the vibrations caused in the air, even our bodies can feel them, can crack and open up and split up the membrane cells of the virus cells and kill the viruses that way that are in the air. Okay? So the vibrations are, what the Greeks knew is vibrations are very, very significant. The vibrations from music, hymns, and speech, even the words that you hear, are very significant in healing you. Now, most of the famous Asclepia of antiquity was that of the Epidaurus theater, whose name alone shows that it really means, what it really means is Epidaurus, means it influences the aura, that is the energy status of man. Epi-aura, Epidaurus, okay? The having to do with your aura, your frequency. And we know from the Kirlian images that people do have frequencies, even plants have frequencies. Now, the treatment with the method of praise was done mainly in the avaton of the Asclepia. The patients, after first going through special procedure, ritual with purifications and other related preparations that aimed mainly at their proper preparation on a subconscious level, finally fell asleep, during which through dreams they were released from their mental problems, resulting in the restoration of their mental balance. It was, in other words, essentially a kind of therapy through transcendental meditation and hypnotherapy, psychotherapy. The healing, through the healing effect of the sound vibrations, was done with the appropriate use of music produced by instruments such as the flute, the harp, the psalter, or by the voice, through appropriate hymns, as well as through the speech used by the priests, by utilizing the healing power that the words have, like vibrations in the Greek language, but also of various performances that were given in the theater, through the utterance of the appropriate speech in them. Let's remember that the young David used to play on his harp, the psalter, to the King Saul, who was demon-possessed, and the only time that King Saul was able to find relief is by the young David playing the psalter and singing hymns to him. Now, going back to this, the word music is Greek. Musiki is Greek. The word music, which as it is passed in all the languages of the world, comes from the root mo, meaning I research, and means in essence initiation or knowledge. In fact, that shows the great value that the ancient Greeks attached to effects of sounds, vibrations in man, since, as Aristoxenos said, the Greeks, quote, sang through speech and through song they spoke, end quote. And this, after all, can be seen in inscriptions where the words are marked with symbols that express musical sounds, that is, notes, and show the importance of the effect of speech through vibrations. In addition, we must keep in mind that ancient Greek is a primary language and all other languages come from it. You'd be surprised to know how many words in the English language are actually Greek. And also, there is a recent book, I haven't read it because it's over 900 pages, written by two Hebrew linguists, and they say Hebrew is Greek with a mask on. Now we know from the Holy Bible, the Old Testament, the Hebrew alphabet is actually the Greek alphabet. In Hebrew it's Aleph, Beta, Gamma, Delta, and in Greek it's Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta. And then even the inscriptions were the same. So, if we take into account that, it's been found the Greek language is the most ideal way invented by the human brain in order to compose speech and express itself through speech. We can understand how Greek words were interwoven with the deeper nature of man in a vibratory level. This justifies the fact because they had such a great healing ability at a point that has been found that words that gave, for example, infections had the power to fight the infectious agent that causes them, Can you imagine using special words and the frequency of the words to heal? Now, again, we have lost this knowledge, unfortunately, but it's something that has to be researched and revived again. Now, the therapeutic approach of the ancient Greeks has proven nowadays extremely apt and effective. Dr. Edward Tick and his team managed by reviving the therapeutic processes applied in the Asclepius of ancient Greece. And by extension, we just saw a few minutes ago that they had theaters such as this, which means that they had therapeutic centers even in the depths of China. Also, we have found that we have ancient Greek in the Great Lakes area of North America. They found that the North American natives have DNA from ancient Minoans, Cretans, in other words, ancient Greeks. Now, that's another story. I've done videos on that. Now, Dr. Edward Tick and his team managed by reviving the therapeutic process applied in the Asclepius to achieve amazing therapeutic results in their patients, much better than modern treatments, which proves once again the high level of awareness of the ancient Greeks. Specifically, they applied the method of fertilization and the other relevant therapeutic procedures in the same places in Asclepius of Crete and achieved results of 95%. The Russian researcher Pyotr Garjajev showed that the DNA of cells is a holographic computer, which has the ability to receive waveform information, electromagnetic oscillations, such as sounds from which it is affected. Its memory is modified, and therefore everything is determined around us and our health. Today, with the method of bioresonance, which enables us to apply to humans appropriate programs with modulated electromagnetic oscillations, we can and do cure a whole range of diseases at a rate of up to 95%. Here in the land of Apollo, god of light and music, son of Asclepius, god of medicine and daughter of Asclepius. This is from vocin.gr, and I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Thank you for your support.